seated. It makes no difference to me. The Bible simply says, and they crucified him. What is crucifixion? It's the central theme of our grand story. A medical doctor provides a physical description. The cross is placed on the ground, and the exhausted man is quickly thrown backwards with his shoulders against the wood. The legionnaire feels for the depression at the front of the wrist. He drives a heavy square wrought iron nail through the wrist and deep into the wood. Quickly he moves to the other side and repeats the action, being careful not to pull the arms too tightly, but to allow some flex and movement. The cross is then lifted into place. The left foot is pressed backward against the right foot, and with both feet extended, toes down, a nail is driven through the arch of each, leaving the knees flexed. The victim is now crucified. As he slowly sags down with more weight on the nails in the wrist, excruciating fiery pain shoots along the fingers and up the arms to explode in the brain. The nails in the wrist are putting pressure on the median nerves. As he pushes himself upward to avoid this stretching torment, he places the full weight on the nail through his feet. Again, he feels the searing agony of the nail tearing through the nerves between the bones of the feet. As the arms fatigue, cramps sweep through the muscles, knotting them in deep, relentless, throbbing pain. With these cramps comes the inability to push himself upward, to breathe. Air can be drawn into the lungs, but not exhaled. He fights to raise himself in order to get even one small breath. Finally, carbon dioxide builds up in the lungs and in the bloodstream, and the cramps partially subside. Spasmodically, he is able to push himself upward to exhale and bring in life-giving oxygen. Hours of this limitless pain, cycles of twisting, joint-rending cramps, intermittent partial asphyxiation, searing pain as tissue is torn from his lacerated back as he moves up and down against the rough timber. Then another agony begins, a deep, crushing pain deep in the chest, as the pericardium slowly fills with serum and begins to compress the heart. It is now almost over. The loss of tissue fluids has reached a critical level. The compressed heart is struggling to pump heavy, thick, sluggish blood into the tissues. The tortured lungs are making a frantic effort to gasp in small gulps of air. He can feel the chill of death creeping through his tissues. Finally, he can allow his body to die. All this the Bible records with the simple words, and they crucified him. Medical authorities tell us, based upon the Holy Scriptures, that when the soldier came, because the Passover was nearing, the soldiers had been commanded to break the legs of those victims hanging upon the crosses so they could take them down so as not to spoil the Passover. They wanted these bodies off. And they came to the soldiers and they broke their legs. But it was written of the central figure. It was written of him that no bone should ever be broken. And when they got to him, he was already dead, and they marveled. And a soldier, I suppose, is an afterthought. Some fulfillment of duty, I suppose. He felt he must do something. He took the spear and he pierced the side. And the Bible says that forthwith came blood and water. Back to medical science and the experts, they say that there is no way for blood and water to ever collect in the pericardium or the cavity around the heart. There is no way for blood and water to ever get in there unless the heart breaks open. So then, based upon medical modern science, we can authoritatively say here tonight that the immediate cause of the death of Jesus of Nazareth was he died of a broken heart. His heart. He opened his hands to tell us, but he opened his heart to show us. He died